in addition to that, what do you think are other essential qualities that a great leader needs to have? And can you share just maybe some practical tips with our audience of ambitious entrepreneurs that will help them develop those essential leadership skills and qualities?
Compassion, I think, is absolutely critical. I think you can read a lot of leadership, entrepreneur books too about empathy.
Mhm.
And empathy is very important and it is a step there, but compassion is where you make the difference. And compassion is really coming along and helping. So I love to look at this: sympathy, empathy, and compassion. So sympathy is you come along a person who's fallen in a hole and you say, wow, that's really terrible. I'm sorry for you. And you keep walking. And
Mhm.
empathy is you come along and you say, wow, I'm so sorry that that's happened to you. I hope somebody can help you.
Mhm.
And then compassion is somebody comes along and they're like, wow, let me jump in the hole. I've been there before and I'm going to help you get out. And that's
Mhm.
really what we need from people trying to inspire others. And so if you think about leadership, it is all about creating this inspiration and people wanting to follow you, because who are you leading if nobody's willing to follow you?
That's
So
true.
there's definitely that piece that compassion, and throughout the years, compassion has been underrated. And as women leaders, that's a challenging one because there are times that we are told we are too soft,
Mm.
or, oh, you're more compassionate because you're a woman. And trust me, I've lived through this in my career, where you have to try to figure out what is that right place. And I've held back compassion to not show up weak.
Oh, yeah.
And looking back, this is all part of my great failure. Looking back, that was such a mistake because it wasn't authentic to me.
Mm.
My compassion is very authentic to me, and it's a part of who I am. And that's what people expect from me now. And
Right.
so that is showing up consistent. Another thing that I think is really important for entrepreneurs, particularly, is to be curious.
Mm.
Constantly be curious. When you're starting a new business and you launch into that space, like you have all this energy and you're curious and you're building something and there's excitement around that. And let's say you hit that milestone and you launch whatever it is that you've been trying to do. Don't stop. Continue to be curious, like constantly learning and growing. We can look at companies that have done that well, like look at Netflix, look at the journey of Netflix, and they never stopped, like constantly be curious and testing things and trying things. And we all know about the success of Netflix, but if you dig into it, there's all kinds of things that they did that they backed out of. Like they went and tried something and like, wow, this isn't going to work, like let's back out really quickly,
Mm.
because they continue to be curious and to really be fluid and willing to try those things. And I think for entrepreneurs, that's just such a critical thing that they need to keep doing. And then, we'll go back to authenticity. Like I cannot say authenticity enough. And then there's also this piece that ties into authenticity is gratitude. Like having
Mhm.
gratitude along the way of an entrepreneur's journey. There can be very dark days, but to have that moment of just a habit of gratitude, like, so this failed, I didn't get my funding, or this happened, but I'm so grateful that I'm still in this place that I get to try again tomorrow. Things like that will help carry you through, and it will help the people that you are bringing along with you on that journey to stick with it. That will help keep people determined and committed.